everyone, CL FateTertium here. I am one of the community leaders for Ghost Recon Online. I am mostly active around the North American servers, the NCSA. So, I am here to make this video as a tutorial of some sorts. It is in response to players who are complaining about not being able to afford their guns. And I am here to teach these players or any other players who are actually, wondering what I'm talking about in the forums. I'm here to teach you about gun progression, how to save your RP, and where to spend your RP. And it is something that is so crucial in Ghost Recon Online if you're just going for requisition points only, which is basically you are going for true free to play. Now, some people are saying that's pay to win, but that's only when you are using ghost coins. When you are going for RP only, which is free to play, you do have to be more frugal than usual in order to afford stuff. Now, if you're using GC, that is fine. I encourage it. It is your right to spend your money in order to have more access to the game. But if you're just going to be going for RP, you want to listen to my words. So, before we get started with the gun progression, I have to give you guys tips on how to save RP and what are the priorities in purchasing that you might want to consider. So, first of all, I have to tell the newer players, well, hi, of course. The second thing is consumables. Consumables are what me and other people who are in the know want to call as RP sinks or money sink or inserts word here sink. It is basically designed to have you spend the money that you are earning in RP. It is designed that way. It is designed to make you spend it, and you're not going to be noticing it until it's too late, which is the very thing that newer players are saying, that they're not having enough RP for purchasing these guns. I'll get into that more later. However, this might be one of the reasons why the newer players are complaining about that. It's because they're using their RP in money sinks, and that is such an annoying thing. But let's just clear it up, okay? Grenades. You do not exactly need these. And I am hearing people, I'm sure that they're going to be screaming at me. They'll be like, "You fool, we need grenades. What are you talking about? Grenades are so awesome. You need to have it in every single match." And, in hindsight, yes, you do need it. It is something that's going to be used. No. In hindsight, it is good to have. It's an extra tool for you to kill your enemy. However, when you are starting out, when you're starting out in Ghost Recon Online, you only have limited amount of resources, and you don't exactly want to be spending your resources on one-time use grenades. Now, if it's something like, you buy 5 grenades and it's going to be with you forever, and you could use 5 grenades in every match, and they're going to get refilled for free every time, then that's fine. I respect that. I will encourage you to actually buy 5 times RP and 5 times grenades. However, these are one-time use only. One-time use only. You throw it, it's going to be gone from your inventory forever. So you have to buy more and more and more and more. Then, even if you're just buying in 5 grenade increments, that 160 RP will pile up. Or even worse, that 240 RP will pile up into the thousands. Thousands that you could have used for other more useful things that are permanent to your character. Armor, guns, devices. It's something to consider. And you have to also look at yourself like, okay, sure, it might go boom, but, is it a guaranteed kill? Or do I really needed it? it's something to look at yourself more. Special ammo, magnum ammo. It's something that we at the higher level tier don't exactly use actively much. Sure, if you want to troll around, we'll be like, okay, magnum ammo activate, boom boom pew pew, right? But in regular matches, I don't we don't use magnum ammo as anything else than like emergency reserve in our ammo pool. It's something that if you have 0-0 on our guns, we use magnum ammo to go further in the fight, as per se. So, is it something that you really want to be purchasing? No, not really. Is it something you might want to like use every time you go into matches? Hell no. That's 400 RP. If you use it in every match, you know, one 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 of these ain't gonna last a round. If you're competent enough and you be killing some people, like this one package is not gonna be enough for one round at all. And basically you'll be spending 400 RP per match, and you'll be only using it for one round. So 400 RP times what? How many matches do you do in a day? How many matches do you do in a week? 400 times that, thousands and thousands of RP sunk on things that you have to purchase over and over again, and you don't really need it. Sure, it's 20 boost of damage, but that's like that's not exactly. You might kill somebody a little bit faster, but it's not exactly needed. If you do the math, you're a math guy. You'll understand TTK, and Magnum ammo doesn't exactly increase TTK that much. So, something to consider. The last thing in consumables kind of type of thing is the armor inserts. Now, this is a bit of a gray area. I do acknowledge that armor inserts give you that nice juicy bonus in your stats that will make you survive a lot longer. However, it is something that makes you lazy. It doesn't encourage you to up your skill in order to not die. It's something that it's a crutch, and crutches are something that I don't really want to encourage people to actually go for. It is just something that you use temporarily, or if there's like a special occasion or something like that, or if you're in a higher level and you got these thousands of RP and you don't exactly know what to buy with them. Okay, sure, you could go for the money sinks because you don't exactly need anything else. But if you're a newer player who's looking to get himself established, these armor inserts, 280 times 4, that's gonna be thousands, right? Then after that, you're gonna do it every other match or every other 3 matches, and how many matches do you do in a week? That's gonna still stack up, and that's money that you could be used for something more useful. So basically, what I'm saying is, stay away from consumables. Now, if you got GC, sure, buy boosts. You get XP boost and RP boost. You could get more RP that way. Or storage. Do you really need storage? Because in storage, in leveling up, you actually get free storage. So I don't exactly know why you're gonna be wanting to have more storage if you are going to be in an RP only kind of a mindset here. You can't afford to have a lot of stuff if you're trying to be frugal with your money. So you don't exactly need the storage either way. So, numero uno suggestion: stay away from consumables. They are money sinks, and they are not worth your time until you are at that top level. And you have RP to burn, just like me, 35k, and I'm okay with that. So now that's done. Let us go into the priorities. What do you want to be purchasing first, second, third, or whatever like that? For me, my priority one, the first thing that you want to purchase, like in the list of purchases, this better be at the top, the one with the underline, caps, whatever. Main weapon. Your main weapon. Because this is going to be the very thing that you'll be using every single time you go into battle. You're not going to be using your pistol, you're not going to be using grenades, you're not going to be using something, your armor, or whatever, to kill people. I mean, this is the main thing that you want to focus in. All your RP should be focused on your main gun, because a good main gun will give you that slight advantage that will make that might make up for your lack of skill, especially when you're a newer player, where like I understand that newer players don't have my skill, so you might want to have that better gun. So that's something to consider, right? That's the first thing I also want you to consider. Main gun, first thing to purchase. Second thing to purchase, for me personally, I like to have my personal devices updated. Why? Why? Okay, now some people would say, "Oh, well, you're wrong. You want to go armor as your second thing because armor will protect you and all that stuff." But for me, I like to consider. I also like to consider like this is a newbie, and either way, if they have the amount of potential usefulness that an armor could give is in relation to to skill. And as a newbie, their skill level is pretty low. Gotta admit that, newbies. Don't be offended because I'm telling you that you don't have skill. But basically, if you're a newbie, you don't exactly have the skill of me or Born or any other prominent player out there. So you just gotta suck it up and understand why I'm saying that. But anyways, personal devices gives more potential usefulness on all skill levels than an armor would. So personal devices, that's the second thing that you want to be purchasing. Third thing you want to be purchasing is armor. As I said, it does depend on your skill, but a good armor will still save your ass. Right? It also gives you a lot more slots for inserts if you really want to go that route. I don't recommend it, but if you really want to do it, you have to pay the price, literally. But anyways, one thing about the armor, if you're going to be on an RP only budget, you want to go for the regular stuff, not the camo stuff. Why not? Okay, so let us compare these two. Hermes Mark II and Hermes Mark II OPM. This one is the regular version, which is the tan, and this one is the OPM special edition. The stats, they are the same. They are the same in every single way. The only difference is this has a much cooler. It looks a lot cooler than this, which is pretty bland. Which is like it's pretty bland. So you might then after that you might be thinking, okay, so what's the point? Look at the RP. The OPM one has more than double the RP cost than the normal one. So if you're in an RP only budget, go with the cheaper stuff. It's the same stats, it's gonna be the same performance. You're just not gonna look like this. You're just gonna look like that. And if you're in a RP only situation, stats triumph style basically. Okay, sure, you might want to look good, but this not half bad at all. They don't make it like it's totally trash or it's like bright pink. It still looks good, but it doesn't look as good as the other one. But when you're paying for twice the amount of RP on an RP only budget, go for the one that is a lot more cheaper. It has the same stats, has the same slots. The only difference is just it's the camo. And if you're in an RP only situation, camo shouldn't matter at all. Unless of course you go for GC, then that's a whole different story. But let's not get into that, okay? So after armor, you could purchase anything else you want. What I would recommend for that one, after armor, what was that again? Oh yeah, squad support devices. My god, device, squad support devices after armor. Then after that, I would go for pistols. Then after that, I don't know. Get consumables. The cast consumables. You're trying to get us to get for consumables? Well, you already purchased everything else. What else are you gonna be purchasing on? Good point, right? Okay, so that's done. Let's recap. Weapon, device, armor. And after that, whatever else you want. What I recommend, personal device, pistol, then whatever else. But that's just me. So, let us move on to gun progression. What is gun progression? Well, basically it is a progression of guns and specific milestone levels in which you will purchase that gun with the RP that you have. I don't think you exactly understand it, but let me give you the example here, okay? For the gun progression for Recon, it's a little bit more tricky, so I will go for the assault. It's a little bit more straightforward. For me, I like to go the assault rifle families. I can't use shotguns. I get killed by them. I can't use them somehow. I just do not like shotguns. Don't please don't ask me about shotguns. It is like the bane of my existence in GRO. If there's something I absolutely do not like, it's shotguns, because I can't use them. I always get killed by them, even as an assault. But I am ranting here, so I'll just stop. Whew. Okay, so the gun progression for assault rifle starts out with the GI weapon, the general issue weapon, the very same weapon that I used in the video, the gun general issue gun proof video or something like that. I can't exactly remember the whole title of it, but it's basically the gun that I used to visualize that even if you have low level gear, if you have the skill, you will kick butt. And you don't exactly need to have a higher level gun in order to fight higher level people. So, anyways, it's this gun that you start out with in assault rifle family, and it is a pretty good gun. You know, it is like on the well, it's a good gun. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so you could use that gun for levels and levels and levels until you reach the SAR-21C. Trust me on that. Use this gun up until level, let's see, 5, 10, no, 15? No, that's 20. So no, 1, 5, 10, 20, 25. Okay, so up until level 15, use up until level 14. Use the until you reach level 15. Use the GI weapon. It is a good weapon. You don't exactly need the other ones. If you have, if you have even a shred of skill, you will find the GI weapon gun to be your best buddy. I do recommend, however, to have extend magazine on. Dead useful. Flash suppressor, dead useful. And take out the scope. It will decrease your ready time, and it's gonna make your life a lot easier. And the iron sight is not bad at all. Like here, not bad at all. So it's not bad, and I do recommend it for lower level players because it is one of the best GI weapons in the whole slew of GI weapons. So use it until you reach level 15. In which case, if you followed my advice of not using consumables at all, you will be able to afford the SAR-21C. SAR-21C is 23,000 RP. Trust me, you'll be able to afford it if you just followed my advice from earlier. SAR-21C. It is basically the poor man's version of this gun, the level 30 F2000. The one thing that this gun doesn't have is the ability to have 40 bullets. And if us higher level players who use the AR-21 family or the F2000 family, we miss having a magazine size of 40 bullets. That is something that we wish was in the gun itself. But we also recognize that it's gonna be a little bit too OP if you do have it. But it's something that we want. Come on, And if we get to use a gun that has a 40 mag bullets or more, we get a bit, giggly. Well, I do anyways. so, SAR 21C at level 15. And do note that this is my own progression. This is the same progression that I used for myself, and I found it to be very effective for myself. So, after that, you could use that up until level 25 or 30. If you want to stop at level 25, the AR-21 family is really good for you guys. I would actually recommend the AR-21 SV. You could see my comparison review between the F2000 original and the AR-21 SV on a video that I made. You could check my channel for that. But anyways, so after the SAR, you can either go either way, but you could use that gun up until level 30 and you will have no problems, as long as you keep your wits about you and you use your skills. And remember to not use consumables. Do not purchase consumables, please. I'm begging you. Anyways, what I personally did, SAR 21C. After that, I gone for the F2000. F2000, I put reflex open, flash suppressor, grip, and a side attachment. Why so much? Well, it's gonna be your end game weapon. Basically, this is gonna be your end game weapon if you go for that one, or this is gonna be your end game weapon if you go for this one. And you want to trick out your end game weapon to be the best as it is. Of course, if you don't have enough money, then you might want to consider, not putting this stuff in and put that stuff out. But one thing that I do want you to for you guys to have is a decent scope. A decent scope on these guns is invaluable. Then after that, flash suppressor. Then side attachment. That's a very useful thing in order to mark targets. It also helps you to aim and all that stuff. But it is not exactly vital. So it's the last thing. If you don't have enough money to actually buy the entire set, then go for scope, flat barrel, then side attachment. This is only talking about the end games ones, right? If you're going for the middle one, which is the SAR 21, then you might want to go for first thing extended magazine, then maybe scope. But the reflex small is actually pretty good for its level. But I like to have an open reflex, flash suppressor, and this one. This is gonna be your tricked out little SAR 21C. But you don't exactly have to spend that much, because you still have to save up for your end game one, right? That's always your goal. You need to have that end game right on your mind. You don't have to have the ACR SV or the MK16 or the other guns. You have to progress, right? You have to progress. You have progress. You have to stick to it. So at level 15, buy this. Don't buy any other guns beforehand. Then after that, if you reach when you reach level 25 and you want to stop there, then you want to focus your resources on getting this. Or if you really want to go further than that, then this one, F2K at level 30, that's gonna be your best friend. So that's my recommendation. That's also the progression that I actually gone for with my level 30 assault. So let us go for the specialist next. As you can see, I'm not exactly the higher levels with this yet. But basically what I did, I could actually I still have the whole thing in my mind. Okay? So, first thing, you will have the GI weapon, right? The GI weapon is the, let's see, where are you? MK5G General Issue. What I did with the General Issue one is basically to take out the scope. I took out the scope and I put a muzzle brake on it. Yup, I put a muzzle brake on it. That's basically all I did, and it's gonna work fine. It is a decent GI. It's gonna last you quite a while. 40 damage, and you could actually snipe with this thing if you're actually able to see the enemy with your scope. in your iron sights. And the iron sight's not bad at all, eh? It has a very good field of vision. There's nothing around it that's gonna block your view or anything like that. So that's basically my GI weapon. That's how I liked it. Then after that, I waited for level 15, and I got the M249 Pyro. This gun is a beast. It's a beast in close quarters. Even at level 30, this gun is still relevant. Oh, go ahead, muy bien. Yeah, this gun is still very relevant. It's relevant. 1,000 fire rate. That gives me the shivers. However, this gun is crap. Let me see. Wait a minute. So level 1, 5. Oh, this is level 10. At level 10, you go for the M249 Pyro. That's my thing, though. I was suckered into it by the 1,000 fire rate, and it's a beast at close quarters gun. At the close quarters, dude, 1,000 fire rate. You can't go wrong. However, at mid to longer ranges, it's complete crap. So if you if you're an aggressive player and you like to be right at the front, then this gun is right for you. However, if you're more of a staying back kind of dude, then you might want to stay behind. Do not purchase the Pyro, and at level 15, go for the L86 SV. This is a very good gun. I actually like to keep the standard magazine. I don't like the elephant balls, which I call the C mag. As you can see, elephant balls. But let's not get into that, because I like to have my reload time to be in a reasonable level. Unlike if I go for elephant balls, it becomes 4.8, and that's not reasonable to me or anyone else with a brain. And I like to put muzzle brake on it. Gives you a lot more control. And I don't like the SUSAT myself. I actually like these kind of type of guns to have like a 1x 1x scope. Why? It's because it's really stable, right? Especially this one's really stable. Just look on how much bounce. I'm not going to be moving my mouse to counter to the recoil. You see that, right? I'm not moving my mouse at all. I'm not countering the recoil that I usually do. See? Let's do that again. See? There we go. So, it depends on your playstyle. I recommend both the M249 Pyro and the L86 SV. The thing about the L86 SV is that its ready time, it's pretty high. So I do kind of like encourage for you to play around with it. But it's not a close quarter gun just like the M249 Pyro. And besides, it has a 610 fire rate. It's not gonna be a god on it. After that, you want to hold off on buying anything else until you reach the MG36KB. This gun is the one that I'm actually shooting for on my progression. This is gonna be my end game gun. This is gonna be my, let's see, yeah, muzzle brake. I like muzzle brake and IR designator. This is going to be my future end game gun. As you see, there's a lot of recoil I have to be in cover in order to increase that. Okay, so after those two things, I encourage for people to also go for MG36KB. However, I do recognize there are some people who like the 6B41 SV, and I do say that sometimes, you know, if I get killed by this gun, I'll be saying, oh yeah, the OP41 SV10. However, you gotta understand that this gun is not exactly OP. For one thing, has a slow fire rate, like 550. That's 50 more than the GI. Right? Then after that, okay, let's see. Well, if I'm gonna go for the 6041 SV, I'll put a silencer on it. I'll actually put open reflex. Why? It's an SV gun. You're supposed to have like something of magnification, like the Phantom 1x to 4x. I don't like that. That's not my style. But so as I said, if I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna do it like this, and then this. Why? You might be the people will be thinking, why? Are you stupid? No, I just like my control a lot. Like, sure, it has a minimal control thing, but when in cover, it becomes really accurate. So I do recognize that some people actually go for the 6P41, and if you are gonna go, if you're not gonna go for the MG36KV, I just showed you my preferred style, which is open reflex, and put everything in there, man. It's gonna be your end game gun. It's something that you want to trick out as much as you want, because it's gonna be the gun that you'll be using at level 30 or level 25 if you're going for the MG36KV. So that's my recommendation. But just don't bother with these things or that things, or the MG4. No. Just no. Just no. I'm not even gonna justify myself. Just no. Don't. And choose between either the Para or the L8 or the L86. If you choose the Para, don't buy the L86 family. Or if you choose the L86 family, don't buy the Para. You are in a limited budget here, person. Well, or whoever you are, newbie or whatever. Stick to purchasing two guns. Really. You will thank yourself later. And I thank myself I thank myself already, my past self, for thinking far ahead about this issue. So, yeah. And shotguns, don't even try. I don't like shotguns. Shotguns is my bane. It is if there's something that is like consistently the very thing that will kill me, it's shotguns. Even if I'm an assault with stacked up inserts, shotguns will kill me, and I cannot, and I mean cannot use shotguns. Somehow, in some way, I cannot use shotguns. But I do have to admit that they, what's GI for that stuff? This thing, yeah, the GI shotgun, it's complete shit. And I'm not even kidding. It's complete awful shit. I'm not, oh god, it's complete and awful shit. You need 2 shots to actually kill somebody, that's a bad thing. So, something I want to avoid, and I don't recommend for people to actually purchase it. Oh God Almighty, have mercy upon my soul. Okay, so assault and specialist is done for my gun progression recommendation. We are into the Recon. Now, Recon is a bit more complex, as I said in the start of the gun progression section. I find that as to be an effective Recon, you need to have a main submachine gun and a main sniper rifle. So in that sense, raising up a Recon costs more RP. Yes, I said it, costs more RP. However, the same two purchase limit, I guess. Yeah, 2 purchases limit is still in effect. You only really want to be purchasing 2 guns per each progression. So, what else? Yeah, and what makes this complicated also is because I see a lot of people going for sniper rifles, and and I personally like for people to go for submachine gun route. Let me explain why. You know, all newbies, are newbies. They have their own limited skill and all that stuff. I just find that if you go submachine guns, you get skill a lot faster than hanging back and trying to get take pot shots with a sniper rifle. It's just because with the submachine gun you'll be more up there and you'll be able to see all the corners, you'll be able to understand all the covers and all that stuff and how people move. In sniper rifle, you'll be staying back in one or two spots or three spots at the most, and you'll be observing everything around you. Well, it's not around you, in front of your scope, anyways. And you won't have that instinctual training that you might have when you go for submachine gun first. And besides, the GI sniper rifle is one of the worst sniper rifles in the game. I don't like it. I hate it. Do not even ask me to fucking use that thing because I will not be happy if people say that, use it. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. You could stick it up somewhere where the sun don't shine and, don't even talk to me after that. So anyways, I got a bit descriptive there. Okay, so let's focus. I'm gonna be doing it submachine gun then sniper rifle. Okay, so submachine guns you want to stick with your GI MP5 MP5 GI. It is a very good gun. I like this gun. And when I feel trollish, I actually use this gun in pub matches and still kill people, and I'll be laughing on their corpses. What's my setup? Well, reflex small 1x is inherent to the gun already, so that's fine. I actually gone for twin magazines over extended magazine. The reason is I get to reload faster, and I get double the ammo pool instead of just going for extended magazine. And also, I also go for I got for muzzle brake because I was being a dirt, but I actually want people to actually go for flash suppressor. Not only does it cost less, but it also gives you less ready time than actually equipping the muzzle brake, as you can see right there. And that's about it. If you want to have a side attachment, feel free. I don't exactly use it myself because I don't really need it. I think for GI, especially if you're like a newbie who's starting on Recon, you don't really want to be purchasing too much stuff. You want to conserve your RP as much as possible. So once you go that way, okay, so level 1, level 5, level 10, level 15. Once you go for level 15, you want to go for the MP7. MP7 gun right here. Let me just check it out for a second. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, so you want to go purchase a scope. For this, I don't really like the iron sights with this one. I don't know why. Just me. You can either go either way. This is the same scope that you have on the GI, so it's familiar to you. You could use it effectively if you're gonna go from GI to this one, which you should. Not even joking. You should. Or you could also change it up a little bit. This one's a little bit more bigger irons, red dot sight. And as you can see there was a lot of smoke on it. I'll teach you something that's gonna be something to fix that. Extended magazine, always buy extended magazine because it's for SMG extended magazine is gonna save your life. Barrel attachment, go for flash suppressor, and that's gonna take care of that smoke thing. Side attachment, I don't know if you really need it. You don't really need it at this level. Maybe once you have you're level 30, you got RP to burn, and you're revisiting the MP7, your old MP7, go for IR designate if you want it. It does help with the aiming, but at this time, I don't think it's going to be beneficial at all to anybody. As you can see right there, the flash suppressor also suppressed the smoke. So that's the trick I'm talking about. Get the flash suppressor, and you'd be much more happier. So after that, MP7, ignore all these, and either go for MP9 or the P90. I personally gone for the P90 original, long barrel, good for CQC and for mid range, which is fairly rare for for an SMG that could actually engage in medium range effectively, or also and also long range. Go semi. You could snipe with this gun. Of course, it's gonna be hard, but it's still possible. Or you could also go for the MP9. MP9, I would actually go for the MP9C. 900 fire rate. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, but this thing's gonna be ready a lot faster. So you could basically run around with this gun. Flash suppressor. I like my flash suppressors. I like to have a reflex open on these stuff, and IR designator. Now you're thinking, okay, why? Because this is basically gonna be your end game gun. You want to trick it out as much as you can, because tricking stuff out, it's a good thing. Trust me. And it actually makes you feel better. And it does give you a gear advantage. Minimal as it may be. For the P90, I actually gone flash suppressor, or you open reflex already there, and side attachment. That is what my P90 looks like, the one that I use. So yeah, is it good? I use it. It's good. So that's my submachine gun part. Sniper rifle, as I said, I feel that you need to have both of them as your main. And I don't like the GI I don't like the GI sniper rifle. I hate it. I don't like it. So just go for SMG. Just trust me. You will thank me later. So go for sniper rifle. And if you really need to have a sniper rifle at level 15, let's see, yeah, 5, 10, no, excuse me. Okay, so at level 10, if you really need to have a sniper rifle, I would go for this one. Good. You don't exactly need to buy anything else. Just buy the gun, and you'll be set. Yeah. You'll be set. And after that, don't buy anything else. Yeah, don't buy anything else until you reach either the MSR. This is a good thing, and or the M200. I personally use this one. I got a bipod, extended magazine, 12x. Designator, it's a bit iffy, but I like to use it to mark targets for my teammates so they know. So that's why I have it there. Also, my own M200 SD is a Alpine edition, so it's a little bit different stats than this one. So anyways, that's my pick for for the M200 family. For the MSR, if you choose to go MSR, you could actually go. Well, I can't tell really. Like, I would actually go for this one. I don't exactly use the MSR family. I think Compass, and a fellow CL, and a beast of a MSR user, and his bloody elbows. Oh my god, bloody elbows. So anyways, this is what I would think I would want to have. Yeah, I don't really need any attachments at the end. No. So just scope an extended magazine, and you'll have your very own MSR. But anyways, that's just me being a derp. It is a pretty good gun if you use it properly. I wasn't using it properly earlier, so don't judge the gun yet. So anyways, yeah, that's about it really. But you really want to go for P90 first. What a lot of recons realize that at end game, sniper rifles ain't gonna help you much. So almost every single recon has their end game gun to be first on submachine gun. Really, I'm not joking. Like, if you think differently than something, then there is something wrong with you. I'll be frank with that. So, anyways, I'll end it here now. Just remember, yeah, okay, so I'll end it here now. I'll just give you a quick recap. For Recon, go GI, MP7, then either go MP9 or P90. And for the sniper rifle, either skip the GI. I don't even care. Don't even use the GI. Go to Sentinel SR1 SV. Then either choose for MSR, the MSRC, or the M200 SD. That's for the Recon. For, let's say, come on, Assault. Remember to go GI, General Issue. Then after that, go for SAR-21C. Then go for either F2000 or the AR-21SV. Then for the Specialist, you could go for, this one's a bit more mouthy, but whatever. You could either go for the Para CQC gun, totally trash at mid-range and long range, and 1,000 fire rate. That's amazing. Or you could either go for the L86 SV, good at medium range and long range. Short range is a little bit lacking, but you could still do it. Then after that, but don't remember, you can't choose both of them. Choose either one that suits your playstyle. Then after that, either go for the MG36KB or the 6P41 SB. So that is the gun progression video. You really want me to do shotguns? Oh my god, I don't like it. I'll go. Okay. 5, 10, 15. I would. Okay. Okay. I'm not. Okay. So, from GI, if you really want to be using that, that's okay. I just really do not like shotguns. Okay. Man up. M10 family. M10 family. Then either go. No, you know what? No, screw that. Screw the M10 family. Go for the NS2000 SP. Amazing gun. I seen a friend use it. Amazing. Then go for KPS. KPS 12 original. There we go. Shotgun progression. Are you happy now? Okay. So I'll be ending it here now. This is CL FateTertium doing a gun progression video tutorial for newbies and anybody else out there. I'll be seeing you at the forums, I guess, and I'll be posting it at the forums too. And yeah, so I'm signing off. Bye bye everyone. If you have any comments, like, subscribe, just leave me comments. Bye bye.